Hello everybody, Dokkan here. Welcome to another Dokkan battle video. So, if you guys were able to see my summons, took us quite a bit to get them, but we did. We actually got our boy Tech Wrathful Broly here. We're gonna do his 55% showcase. I did pull a second copy after I finished my summons. I think I did one more rotation, and man, the things that I gotta discuss on stream. So, but we got him at 55%. Full level 1 links. We'll see how he looks, things like that. I would like to preface, of course, I did a video saying to not judge units so prematurely because we still don't know how the units will perform, what things will the unit do in game, right? People can get their own conclusions via the numbers and the calculations and things like that. And I've been getting bashed online, not only on Twitter but over on my video, talking about how I don't know math and things like that. And I understand, however, they don't understand the point that I'm trying to make here. Once you are able to understand how you see this character in game and how he performs with the various options that we have, it's completely different than what we see in regards to doing some minor calculations. Okay, so that's one of the main key points here. If I do, I'm going to judge him here now that we have him in game. And if I am disappointed, I'm not gonna, like, what do you want me to do? Do I throw out an apology video? Is that what you guys want me to do? I can do it. I'll toss it out, don't worry. If I find myself that it's like, man, that Broly, I mean, he looks kind of bad. Like, if he does, then I'll own up to it, you know? But, you know, some people have been coming into my comment section on the Twitter side as well, just being negative, mean all the time. And it's like, listen, I get it. I understand people are just going to be mean just for the sake of it. But at least let me play the game however I want to play it and be the judge of the character, how I would want to judge the character, right? But anyways, I just wanted to let everybody know that little bit of a tidbit there. So let's go ahead and talk about Broly. He leads Exploding Rage category Key +4, all stats 220%. So, of course, Carnival Leader. And then he, of course, stacks attack and defense on both 18 key and 12 key. Let's check his passive real quick. So with his intro, for one turn at least, he will have 7 key and 70% damage reduction for one turn. But let's preface how it is. You'll have 4 key and damage reduction rate up to 40% for one turn, and then 3 key and damage reduction plus 30% for 3 turns. So he does lose this damage reduction after the 3rd turn for this guy. So we're getting 260% attack and defense. We're guarding. For every attack performed, we're getting 1 key up to key +5. We're getting defense plus 50% up to 400%. And then we're getting a chance of performing a critical hit plus 20% up to 100%. For every attack received, he's getting 1 key up to key +5, he's getting 40% attack up to 300%, and then he launches an additional that has a chance of becoming a super attack up to 4 times. For every super attack the enemy launches at this character, we're getting 30% attack and defense, and when receiving an unarmed super attack, we're getting a chance of nullifying it. We're getting 260% attack, and we're temporarily, and then we're countering with tremendous power. So he does have his own equips as well. But again, I want to test them out just like this, fully empty-handed, straight naked, just to see how the character does, right? He does have an intro, so I might as well just start playing those intros here. Let me also like change the volume here. So yeah, let's play the intros. Why not? All right, so It's been a while since we ran the Broly's, so one of the characters that he links up pretty well with is the Tech Broly, so I'm going to float off that Tech Broly just so that we can have him on rotation here. So we have a full movie bosses set up, so let's just make sure that we focus on the Goku, like the Golden Frieza side of things, right? Alright, so I'll save all those keys here for the Broly. I am a little bit upset that he is Extreme Tech, just like I mentioned in the previous video, like how we were discussing him. Because making him Extreme Tech just limits him a little bit in terms of what he wants. He is getting crit, but the crit chance that he's going to be building up for every attack that he does is just going to give him guaranteed crits. So there was no need to like make this character the way that it is if you were going to make him Extreme Tech. Maybe Extreme Physical, maybe Extreme AGL. That would have been a bit of a more preferable option, but I guess we're going to stick around with the Extreme Tech slash the same leader, like the same typing for both the headliners for part 1 and part 2. So, alright, let's go get our intros in. Come on, everybody knew they were looking at Chile behind, okay? I'm kidding. But we got our boy Broly here with his own reverse, like with his own battle motion. That's what I wanted to say. I don't know why reversal mechanic came into my head. Alright, so of course we're starting off 219k defense. We do need to get him hit. Now we're in this boss rush just because I want to make sure that he wants to get hit a lot. So that's what I want to emphasize here a little bit. This is a very bad rotation in order for us to kick things off though. So let's see. Getting additional links here. We're getting shocking speed. That's fine. Getting him a full level 10 links will be a lot better. I'm out here thinking because he has Berserker as a link, and this isn't even good as it is right now. Man, 30%. We're missing out on 30% if we're, but we have to be below a certain HP threshold. That's dumb. All right, let's go. Again, we're showcasing how Broly is. This guy, I don't know if he loves to see a lot. So 5.3 million. Of course, I'm gonna judge him accordingly, right? Not a good start because those are very low numbers. However, this is a unit that needs to get hit. This is a unit that needs to start pumping up those attacks. So I'm gonna cut him some slack here, especially since we had a pretty bad opening rotation there. Of course, 5 million is very underwhelming for this unit. So just letting y'all know. Those are my thoughts, right? We're judging, right? We're going at it, like, again, just making sure, because I know that people are just angry with me. Alright, so the only problem with this fight is that the more we move forward, we do need to get him hit, right? We need to get hit in order for us to continue getting our buffs in, attack and defense buffs and stuff. But the problem is that after we get hit on fights like this, where we have the opportunity to actually get stunned, locked because of these boss fights, it can be a problem if we do let him fend off on slot 2, where he cannot get any build up. So that's one of the main issues, and especially around the fights like now, like the global Dokkan campaign fights that we have nowadays, is those types of fights can tend to hit pretty dang hard at the beginning of the turn, so it's very bad to get things started like that. So that is my only iffiness when it comes to this unit, when it comes to either stacking characters or characters that need to get hit. and especially on events like these. Not only you have the opportunity to get stunned, but you also have the opportunity to now be able to see the proper goodness that Broly is able to portray there. We have the active skill right away. I'm not gonna do it because, of course, I mean, we do get a scouter, we do get a lot of attack power and extra defense for the turn, but I am not gonna do it just yet. We're just gonna go ahead and transform with this guy. Alrighty, so my gripe is, do I put him on slot 1? So we're at 395k, we got everything except for Berserker, but again, we do need to be very below HP in order for us to do that. Alright, so basically just keeping him alongside this guy will be good. I am guaranteeing you we will get stunned if I leave this tech really on slot 1. So we're gonna put him on slot 2. It's, of course, very bad, right? I should have gone to like a different event, but we're gonna test them out here. If in any case something does happen, we'll jump into another event and see what we can do. Oh, or we could, if we had some dodges on this Broly, which unfortunately we don't. Not even on his passive he has any dodges, so that is the unfortunate part. If he had some dodges in, he would have been a much more better unit. I need to check because we also have gotten his equips. We got his own equips right there too, so we can be able to use those. So of course, we'll take advantage of the of those missions once we are able to tackle it. So now we're starting off. This is the second turn, 12 million. It is a key blast. We're getting additional attacks here. Getting an additional super. Nice. Okay. I love these animations, man. They're so good. Nobody can take the enjoyment away from me from this unit. There's the additional, and again, the more times we keep getting hit, the more we're building up on the additionals. At least up to 4 times we can be able to do additional. So we can possibly be able to cause at least what, 5 supers on a good day, because it's a high chance. It has a high chance to become a super, so it's not the greatest. Oh, we got reversible exchange.
俺はゴジータ悟空とベジータが合体したんだよ
Alrighty. We'll keep building up with this guy. We're also gonna have actually, let me see what Broly fits here, because he's not. He is on uncontrollable power. So if I float this guy off, and we have all the Brolys together, we can be able to get that buff from the domain. So we can actually do that. Okay, oh, we got a dodge right there, perfect. So my thoughts so far is that you have to play a little bit risk with this unit, I guess, if you do want to like have him on slot 1, take a little bit of damage, but also building up on when he needs to build up. Again, he's slowly but surely getting that raise in attack and defense. Let me actually check Dokkan info, because they specifically tell us what percentage he does. Because there's a difference, it's either 30% or 20% attack and defense. Yeah, I suspected as such. So he is getting 20% attack and defense stacks. That's not good, I will say. That's not the greatest thing that we could see. So we no longer have the damage reduction, but we're at 1 million defense. If I could put him on slot 1 here, we could be looking good, but I can't put him on slot 1, man.
どこへ行くんだお前と一緒に避難する準備だ一人用のポットでか
It's a matter of these fights, man. They if they didn't do that, like constantly sealed like that, that would have been perfect, because I could put this guy on slot 1 and that would have been nice, but I can't, because this Oceanus loves to stun. Alright, so we're gonna get some support from... Actually, no, he's not supporting Broly here. Yeah, super, we get the stun. Yeah, it's annoying. And this is a nice little fight that I would like to jump into all the time, because it's lengthy. We can be able to do a bit of stack ups here and there, but the problem is that Broly needs to get hit in order for him to build up on what he needs to get built up. I actually should check how much attacks have we received. Okay, there's the super right there. There's the additional. We could get 3 more. Normal. There's the super. And what is nice about this unit is that if... I will put him on slot 1 and once we get into like further into the fights, but... Nice, okay. Normal, super, normal, super, normal. Okay, not bad. Putting him a lot further, like on slot 1, I will try to put him in the further phases of the fight, so that way we can take advantage of his Scouter if we do proc it. Otherwise, if we do get super constantly on slot 1, he is building up attack and defense for every super attack that he receives. It's a bit of an issue trying to get that and not get the stun, but yeah, something that we can check out. See, I feel more comfortable now that I have him at 69%. Technically, this is a 55% showcase, but people would use this Broly, of course, mainly because he's one of the best characters for the Festival of Battles. I will give you that for free. But the beauty of things is that this this can be used however you guys want it. So I'm possibly going to use him a little bit more defensively for the global Dokkan campaign meta. So, alright, let's get our domain here. So Broly's getting some buffs here. How are we looking here? 2.5 million defense. I want to get supered. Let's see how we are looking here. We have gotten hit all the times that we need to get hit. So let me... Actually, this is what it should do, right? So yeah, we got hit 5 times. So we've built up on the attacks that we needed to build up. Actually, have we? No, Broly needs to do a few more attacks. Have we done? Okay, well, phone call. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. It's typically around this time that my mom calls me. We have actually done 10 attacks, right? Yeah, number of attacks performed. So we're basically built up on defense. And for every attack received, which we need to get hit at least 1 more time in order for us to build up our attack. Because he gets 40% attack up to 300%. So that's, yeah. 7 times 4 equals 28. So, yeah, no, 7 or 8 times we need to get hit. So it's similar to that. Man, my brain sometimes lets me down. It's like quick maths. Come on. It's 32. So 32 is the closest one. So 8. We need to get hit 8 times. So no super, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get supered on slot 1 here. 23. Again, it's a stacking character, so slowly but surely we're going to be seeing the numbers, right? Of course, the deeper we go, the higher he's going to look. And initially, he's just not going to have the best amount of numbers, right? If you put into comparison to characters that do get their stacks in, right? Like the Super Saiyan 4s, the Super Saiyan Gods, they're already tossing out like over 10 million supers. And it's typically not the same, right? Alright, so we get hit here. We are getting that extra stack in attack and defense because every single super attack getting launched at the character, we're building up attack and defense. and there's no limit to it, which is good. We do need to find an unarmed enemy, so that way we can be able to take advantage of his super attack nullification encounter, which I'm assuming is the Sin Shenron. Once we go ahead and fight him, he does an unarmed super. So let's continue trucking along here. But again, yeah, like people are going to be judgmental about it. I'm seeing how he looks right here. He's not bad by the sorts of what people are saying. He's just, you know, it's a character that needs to build up. Slowly but surely, building up to the point that you're looking at some really good high numbers. Now, at the start of things, I will give you that he's just going to be very weak overall at the beginning of the fight. But that doesn't, like, conclude that he's just gonna like suck, right? Actually, I'm checking the fights here, and these guys do not do an unarmed super. They do a combo super, which is unfortunate. So I'll possibly try to go, like I mentioned, we'll try to go into another fight and see if we can be able to measure that out. But all right, so 2.89 million, like I mentioned, just continuously getting some extra stats, extra defense, which is good. This Nova Shenron likes to super attack twice, so let me gauge it. We also need to keep an eye out for these guys, because as much as I love the worldwide celebration from 2024, the power creep is pretty high on this one. So all right, so we're getting build up there, getting the Dokkan attack here, 33 million. So again, the more you keep going, the more he's going to be building up, which is good. I now, you know, slowly but surely I'm starting to see the small flaws that this character has. I'm not justifying that those flaws are good, but I'm going slow and steady here. We're on turn 10 and we're seeing these attack stats, and you know, they're not the greatest, right? So 20 million super, not bad. If he is going to do this, let's say, like, if we're talking about Festival of Battles, since this character seems to be tailor-made for, those additional attacks and those additional super attacks are going to be very, very good. They're going to come in handy when it comes down to having those fights in for the Festival of Battles, because the more additionals he's able to put out, the more stacks he's able to get. So those are going to be very useful down the line. Just like I mentioned, the unfortunate part of it all is that this character is gonna start slow. He's not gonna look as the greatest, but he's gonna look fine, you know. I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's bad. He's just not great, you know. He's just not good. That's all I can give you. That's all I can say. Oh, we had the domain buff available too, so. Alright, I think it's time to do this. Alright, so looking at it the perspective of how he can be very useful on a team like this, again, a stacking character, slowly but surely building up, he's able to do some pretty good damage down the line. I feel like this unit is going to be fine on a team like this. Remember that we do have his active skill that we can proc, so with his active we can be able to get some additional attack, get some defenses in, and we can have the scouter for the turn. So while we're spying down on the super attack, if in any case, if it wasn't for these fights just having combo supers instead of like actual melee type supers, then we could have gotten the opportunity to get those super attacks to serve for us as a benefit. So that way we could have gotten the counter, we got the notification, and we seen the damage that he could be able to do. But you know, Again, it's a oh boy, oh well. It's a slow and steady thing, right? Well, we're possibly gonna be dead here, because he sealed the guy that needed to dodge. So, I guess we can see this. Let's just see how it goes.
このままじゃブロリーはやられるぞ。ブロリーを死なすわけにはいかないよ。
Alrighty, getting the extra damage in, which is good. I don't know how bad my mic was muted, but yeah, there was the extra defense right there, 5.3. So I'm assuming we could live some normals here. Not get super destroyed. The unfortunate part is that we got locked in, so our rotations are going to break up here. So let's see how good Broly looks here. Maybe taking the super attack. Of course, it's not gonna... I feel like the super attack is not gonna hurt us that much. But, again, we're just seeing how things go, right? This is a 3.8 million super. Alright, 31 million. So he has basically his passive fully built up, except for the fact that, you know, it's a constant... We get hit with every super attack, we're still gonna be building up attack and defense slowly. So, again, the... things that need to go your way is that the more super attacks he's able to do with the chances here, the better. So that way he's building up attack and defense, the more he just trucks along in the fight. At the beginning of things, you know, because of his links at 55%, because of his, you know, not strong partnership with some of these other characters. I mean, he has some good links set up here and there, but those links provide him what? Let's say... Let me look at this, Broly. Yeah, double digits. That's good. And again, we're still building up on attack and defense because we got hit with a super. So, all right. Let me check here real quick with this tech Broly. So in total, we're getting 50% attack and 4 key. And this is because he's only full level 1 links. And we don't have Berserker active. So take away 20% attack. So, yeah, like... Yeah, so it's 20, 15, no, so it's 15, 10, it's 25 plus 5 equals 30. So basically getting 30% attack and 4 key. And then if we shift over to him being full max links, we're getting the best of the best of the best, right? 80% attack. Again, we're going to subtract 30% attack because Berserker is just so tough to get. Maybe on the next turn, maybe we take a little bit of extra damage here, and we see Broly in a different perspective. But yeah, in total, once we get our full level 10 links rounded up there, we are basically getting 80% attack. So that is the only bad part about it, is that we gotta dip below 50% HP in order for us to get Berserker up, which is very bad. So if we take away 30% attack, he's gonna be at 50% attack just off links alone. So again, it's a snowball type character, trying to get his build-ups in, trying to get all the hits that he needs to do, all the attacks that he needs to do, all the attacks that he needs to receive. All of that good stuff. Will I say that this character's good? No, but I'm not gonna sit down here and tell you that he's bad. So, he is pretty decent, I would say. That I can tell you as much. So, yeah, dude. I mean, he's good. Character is decent. Let me just say how it is. He's a decent unit. He's not the greatest, but he's not the worst either. This is pretty bad, actually. Now Broly was the one that got locked in slot 3. So we're gonna have to wait until we continue like getting him, actually, because this sucks. All right. Let's see how we do here. This is possibly could be death. Yeah. All right. let me go ahead and yeah, DBZ Gogeta is playing in the background. But I am a firm believer of what I've said and what I stand for, right? One of the things that I mentioned was that this character in particular is not going to be like super great at the beginning of things because he's going to start off slow and it's a snowball. You're going to start building out to the point that he's going to be looking pretty great. Is he meant for a fight that is two-faced and the super attack that's going to come in, it's an 11 million super where he's just going to explode as soon as he takes it? He's not good for that, right? So you have to take him on events that he's going to benefit from, like, you know, Festival of Battles, these boss rushes, things like that. My video still stands. I'm not gonna sit here and apologize though, because I see this character and he's decent. He's not bad by any sorts of the word, but he's not good. He's decent. He's in the middle portion, all right? So yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of this guy. I still feel like he's pretty good. He's a nice little option for this movie bosses team. However, it wouldn't be a character that you should summon for, right? So let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Get yourself some gamer subs. They have released some of the coolest merch designs that I've ever seen in my life. So go get yourself some. I appreciate you guys stopping by watching this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.